Okay, I was about
Same
to
goes for
say,
this spot right here
bro,
on
like, what do they
East
got?
Street in
Death
London.
beams in here?
Cause
Like,
of
what the
death,
heck?
these
Yo, what's up? Today we got another video early in the morning. Not that early. It's 11:55, but I figured this is pretty relevant because I actually was going to go to Vegas recently for the first time and checking out some of the hotels on this trip. I didn't do any of the research. It was one of my friends who, my boy Alex, he was the one looking up everything. But I just want to check this out real quick. I think it's going to be fun. If you see any stuff, dirt in the background, I'm reorganizing some things. We're doing a cleaning day, so it's going to look a little rough for a second. But let's get into it. Don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Check out Fern, and let's do this. Let me go ahead and do that too.
It's 2010. If you stand right here, just
I'm
at
not
this hotel
subscribed on this
pool in
channel.
Las Vegas, at a specific time of day, you could die. Violently.
Huh? What happened? Huh? Okay, I was about
Same
to
goes for
say,
this spot right here
bro,
on
like, what do
East
they got?
Street in
Death
London.
beams in here?
Cause
Like,
of
what the
death,
heck's
these
going
two
on?
buildings respectively. Well, technically the sun reflecting
What is
off
going
of the
on?
windows of these two buildings respectively. And
That's
to
really gonna
add
kill
this
someone?
truly odd phenomenon, it all traces back to one very stubborn man. Why? How? What?
A bizarre beam of
I had some
light
cereal
radiates
earlier
onto
too
the
and some
street.
yogurt
It's like being
a
under a
couple minutes
magnifying
ago.
glass.
You were literally being burned.
Some had managed to fry an egg.
It got up to
Whoa.
92.6 degrees.
That's Celsius.
This was an attack by the Death Ray.
Enter a story
That's so
revolving
crazy,
around
bro.
fascinating physics phenomena, reckless architecture, melting steel, and burned human flesh. This is the
Do people
weird
really
world
get lit
of
up?
solar death rays.
Yo, that's so crazy. I remember doing that, like, as a kid, like,
This
using a
is Bill
magnifying
Pendis,
glass
a
and,
lawyer
like,
from
mirrors and stuff
Chicago
and,
who
like,
enjoys spending
putting
time
it
in
on the
Las
pavement
Vegas
and, like,
every now
grass
then.
and stuff.
He's chilling at the Vidara Hotel on the Strip. He takes a little swim in the
And
pool,
paper.
then returns to his lounge chair. Martin Lindsay drives into the city for some errands. It's a hot, sunny day. He parks his Jaguar right behind 20 Fenchurch Street on East Cheap before heading off for about an hour. By afternoon, it's
Okay.
really, really hot in Vegas. Bill doesn't mind the escalating heat until suddenly his hair starts burning.
Yo.
Martin returns to
Yo.
his beloved car only to find someone taking pictures of it. He comes closer and notices the car's body is partially melted.
Yo.
Bill's hair, hat, and legs are burned. He rushes to the shade
Yo.
of an umbrella, but it offers little relief. The sun is so intense and blistering that no matter where he goes,
Yo.
he can't seem to find an escape.
Yo.
Both of these stories actually happened.
Bro's getting
It's
hit by
completely
Dr.
warped. You can get
Evil.
your hand underneath here, and you can get your hand in here. It's absolutely ruined.
Both incidents
That's
are due to a
crazy.
phenomenon called
Are
solar
they gonna compensate
convergence,
them?
or much cooler, solar death rays.
I feel like they should compensate them.
The physics behind it
For
is
that,
fairly simple.
'cause that's
when
crazy.
parallel light rays strike a parabolically curved surface, they are all reflected to a single
intensified,
point known
yeah.
as the focal point. The distance between the surface and the focal point is called focal length, similar to the focal length of a camera lens. Depending on how stretched or compressed the parabola curve is, the focal point changes. Either way, the result is one concentrated, very hot beam of light, sometimes capable of melting objects and causing serious burns. These rays can even melt rocks. On YouTube, you'll find numerous
Yo.
videos of people showcasing their DIY home-built death ray reflectors.
It's a nice turkey burger.
Yeah, I used to do that as
In the
like
cases of
experiments.
Bill and
Like
Martin,
when we were
the
outside bored
reflective
as a
curved
kid.
glass
When people
facade
used to
of the
go
Vidara
outside.
Hotel and the facade of 20th Church in London
When kids
were
used to go
responsible.
outside.
The focal points of both buildings happen to be precisely where humans interact. Luckily,
Wow,
these
that's so
particular
crazy.
death rays only occur sporadically. The alignment of the sun and the parabolic surface have to be just right. But a few
they have to
hours
tell
of
people?
death raying on a random Thursday can do more than enough damage.
Yeah.
Several reports of
they have to
burned
warn
hair,
people?
melted plastic, extreme sunburns, deformed vehicles, and charred doormats went viral. One journalist even fried an egg in front of 20 Fenchurch to demonstrate the intense heat.
It is
Yo.
so hot. It is so hot. There you go. He has just cooked that egg on a frying pan on the streets of London.
Fortunately, in the
Yo.
cases of the two buildings, no one was critically injured, at least physically. Martin might be a little traumatized from seeing his Jag all burned up.
He can get another one. If he can
for
afford that
example, a
Jaguar,
baby
he can
had been
afford to
inside
get
the car,
it fixed.
the outcome could have been far
He'll be
more
straight.
serious. And luckily, no one fell asleep at the hotel pool in Vegas long enough to get seriously burned or even killed. Reports show
That's
that
good.
temperatures soared up to 117 degrees Celsius on East Cheap, while at the Vidara, temperatures increased by 20 degrees Celsius around the pool.
Yo, 112, bro.
Not to be Captain Obvious, but that seems like some seriously design, right?
117?
All of this could have
Why
been
did they
avoided
not-
with proper planning and a few
That's what I was about to say. Like, why would they not calculate that? They know how hot it is in Las Vegas, right? I figure the architects and like the city planners and stuff have to have like regulations about certain materials and buildings and things like that, especially because of the intense heat and like the 8 rays of reflection. I figure that should be a pretty obvious thing, no? Because like, especially with like glass buildings and things like that, like mirror buildings, like if you're gonna have like a mirrored surface building, I feel like that has to be addressed at some point, especially when the heat is so intense over there anyways. I just repeated the same point twice, but still, that should have definitely been accounted for, I feel like.
So who is responsible? As it turns
Yeah,
out,
who's the
one
architect
guy
of this?
designed both
Who commissioned
buildings.
it?
This is the Uruguayan architect Rafael Vignoli. He seems to really enjoy his parabolic
I can't entirely
shapes.
blame him, though,
Reports show
because-
that he was even aware of the problem way before the Vidara was constructed.
Never mind.
The windows of the hotel
What
had
did he
been
do, though?
preemptively covered with a custom film to reduce the sun's effects by 70%.
Oh, okay.
Which clearly didn't help all that much.
That didn't work.
So considering that
Yo, if
Vignoli
that's
was well
70%
aware
nerf,
of the issue,
If that is 70% nerfed, then like, what's the full thing, bro? Would he have been evaporating people with that building, bro? Whoa. That would have actually not been an exaggeration if they didn't have that film on there. But maybe it's like worn down over time, right? I imagine it has to be something that's replaced. I don't know how that works.
by the time the Vidara was built, why would he make the same mistake again when designing 20 Fenchurch, also nicknamed Walkie Talkie, Walkie Scorchy, or the Fry Scraper? Gotta love
Wow.
British media.
It is ridiculous. You don't need to go on holiday, basically. I'm going to Croatia in a couple of weeks. I think I might just pitch a tent down here and actually sunbathe here. It's really good.
In 2013, Vignoli gave The Guardian a legendary interview in which he explained himself.
That was a completely different problem.
Said Vignoli, insisting he was following a master plan that specified arc-shaped towers.
We pointed out that would be an issue too, but who cares if you fry somebody in Las Vegas, right?
Regarding the Walkie
Yikes.
Scorchy, he said,
I knew this was going to happen, but there was a lack of tools or software that could be used to analyze the problem accurately.
Actually, there were many tools available to architects to avoid solar convergence issues at the time, but somehow he didn't stop talking at this point during the interview and just went on.
He just
When it
yapped.
was spotted on a second design iteration, we judged the temperature was going to be about 36 degrees, but it's turned out to be more like 72 degrees. They're calling it the death ray because if you go there, you might die. It is phenomenal, this thing.
Phenomenal is kind of an odd
Phenomenal is
choice of
crazy,
words when
bro.
describing that a thing you made could burn people to death, but
Yeah,
naturally, Vignoli wasn't done here.
He's
When I
cooking
first came to
people,
London
literally.
years ago,
He's
it
literally
wasn't like
cooked.
this. Now you have all these sunny days, so you should blame this thing on global warming too, right?
So many hot
Bruh.
takes in
Bro,
such a short
n-
interview.
No, you did not just blame it on global warming, bro. No. You know global warming exists, bro. You cannot just say, oh, it was global warming, bro. You know what happened. That is so fugazi. You literally knew, bro. You're not about to put this on climate change. Yeah, it's bad, but you're not about to put this on climate change. Not in
Rafael
2025, bro. Oh, alarm. Ooh. I already got my water, though. Ooh. There we go. Forgot I had put it over here so I could get it when it stops, but I forgot. Okay.
Vignoli passed away in 2023,
He
leaving
passed away?
some unresolved questions about his designs.
Wow.
20 Fenchurch was awarded the title of the
Did he
worst
get killed
building
by
in
the
the
Bentley
UK
building?
in 2015. If you Google solar convergence today, a planning advice document on the matter by the City of London is the top result.
I thought this was in Vegas.
The problematic side of the walkie-talkie
Is
was
one of them
outfitted
in
with
Vegas
special
and one
sun
of them
blinds
is
in
in-
2014. permanent awnings were installed on the upper floors, while a brise-soleil was added to the remaining glass facade. In Vegas, next to the non-reflective film that was applied to the glass facade of the Vdara, hotel staff provided umbrellas and pot plants at the pool. And despite the name, solar depth rays can also be quite practical. For instance, parabolic reflectors can channel sunlight to dark places. This effect is used in a project in New York City where solar reflectors light an underground space. Parabolic reflectors outside harness sunlight, directing it toward the focal point. This concentrated light is then refracted multiple times and directed to an underground space. Another parabolic mirror at the end spreads it evenly throughout the space. Or take this solar furnace in France. The concentrated heat evaporates water to generate power. Temperatures at the focal point can reach up to 4,432 degrees Celsius. Vignoli would be proud. When designing buildings, a strong foundation in physics and math is clearly essential.
This one was not supposed to be designed to cook
Brilliant is an excellent platform to learn about these subjects and empower you to understand the world intuitively. Their lessons are interactive.
Is that the last thing? Let me see. Okay, it looks like that's the last thing. So, hey, if you like this video, let me know. Like, I enjoyed this. What do you guys think about the
not kidding,
the solar depth ray stuff? Because that's pretty intense, low-key. Get it? Intense. Because, you know, like, focal intensity, light intensity. I know. That wasn't a very good one. But, hey, let me know if you like the video. Go ahead and like it. Go ahead and follow Fern. Go ahead and subscribe to him and me. And let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.